Yeah, I told y'all no more videos. Look, I just thought about it. I gotta do one more for the night. Because what if I die though? Real talk. At least if I die, y'all have these videos. Hey. And y'all can sit back. Y'all can laugh your motherfucking asses off. You'll say, man, this guy, he was L-I-B-I-N. Had to be tweaking or something. But if I die, you all need to know I wasn't tweaking. I was just doing this shit in case I die. So you can have yourself some video to laugh at. Ain't nothing better than memories that you share. And when people can look back and laugh. Hang on, everybody. Let me put this back in the hat. I know it's goofy, but I just like that guitar in them hands. Yes, boy. Here we go. Let's check it. Check. Ooh. Here's a new song. I know what to do, 'cause I know this God gave me. Ooh. That's just one of the tunes I know to do. What about? Yeah. But what about something just a little, something that just is that little tick. That. Don't that sound a little bluesy soul? Yeah, everything keeps messing up. But what I hear in my head, let me tell you, it ain't the blues and it ain't soul. Ooh, it's the gospel that I hear. I call it gospel roots and gospel soul and Lucy Rose. Yeah. Let me in this with some gospel roots and gospel soul. Whew. Let's do that again. Gotta get my hair back. I've been doing too much. How long's this video now? Let's look. Holy crap, tamale. It's almost 5. 5 minutes on this one. And it was just supposed to be the last. I hope you all can really laugh at that. If you don't, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to come to your house and I'm going to sing this song with my whole group of soulsters. My people with the soul. they can sing them loud, loud notes. Here's what I'm gonna do. This is my favorite song I wrote, and I'm ending with it. Here it goes. Gospel roots and gospel soul. Look out, everybody, 'cause here I come. With those gospel roots and gospel soul. Ooh, you might be the one I'm looking for. Let's see if you have yourself the right gospel roots, gospel soul. Gospel roots and gospel soul. Look at everybody. I might be the one that this world is looking for with my last song. My gospel roots and gospel soul. Good night, everybody. That is the end. No, I'm not doing that again. For real. I'm staying still. And then, right now, I'm turning it off. Good night, folks. That's enough with those songs. Good night, folks. You think I'm silly? You think I'm crazy? I'm not getting off here. Nah, that's just kidding. I'm just trying to be a comedian now. My sister told me one time, she said, brother, why don't you go out there to New York City and you get on that stage? She said, but you can't be drunk, 'cause I know you could be a stand-up comedian when you can stand up. I said, sister, what would I tell him? She said, all you gotta do is get up there and tell him your life story. I said, okay. What do I just break it down like this? I just tell him about the family? Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, sister. So I went out to New York City, and I wanted to do this comedian thing. I did what my sister told me to do. She said, tell your life story. So here's what I said. I said, let me tell y'all a little something about my family. Yep. And they all looked at me. I said, my sister's a slut. And my mama's a hoe. My daddy's a faggot. And my brother, he's crazy. And then I told him, and me, I said, this is what I retarded. Ooh, I retarded. My sister's a slut. My mama's a hoe. My daddy's a faggot. And my brother, he's crazy. and I recorded. That's my whole life story. I didn't know what else to say. So they just said, well, what's the butt end of that joke? I said, I don't know. You want me to tell you about grandma, grandpa, aunts, uncles, and cousins? They said, what's yours, son? I said, okay. Well, my aunt, she's a gutter slut. She likes to take the big toe up in her butt. It might sound crazy, but she likes it most from my uncles. They just like to keep it in the family. This is my home. Aunts and uncles say they all grew up in this holler with me and my family. We were on the line of Kentucky and West Virginia in the mountains somewhere. Appalachian, Ohio, River Valley. That's where we all are from. Well, we grew up in the Appalachians together. And then I didn't know what else to say. But let me tell you about my grandma and grandpa. Grandma, she had herself one eye. I always remember her that way. Oh, and she was a crazy fool at the cuss. And she had her a bunch of drunken men. I remember old Roy walking around drunk with his big candy hanging all out. I said, holy cow, old grandma. She told him to get the fuck out the house. He said, no, I don't have no clothes. So she shot off the tree limb out the door. She said, you better go get some bark then. Better find yourself a big log to cover up that man. And I'm not talking about Roy, I'm talking about his man. Can't remember much about my child years, but Dad thought it always warped my mind. And I just always would think they were crazy. But Grandma, she was blind. I remember when the cousins and my brother, they was going up to grandmother's and growing weed in the bathroom. But she didn't even care. She liked that plant and thought it was pretty. Told every everybody to leave her fucking plants alone. And then my brother Randy's best friend the same night they got drunk. And then they went across the street and they robbed themselves the whole bluegrass. And they had the money to pay for it. And then they took the car and they parked it back across the street. It's lucky they didn't go to jail. And Grandma, she said, I'm eating this food anyways, what the hell? Told everyone they are fucking crazy. Woo, yeah. Let me tell you about the ending of my family. Oh, my great-great-grandparents, they were also crazy, and we all might have a little bit of incest in us all, 'cause the Fields, the Walters, the Lawsons, and the Miners, they're all crazies. Maybe they all just a little crazies, but let me tell you this story from the beginning again. I'm just going to tell you about my immediate family. So listen one more time, and that's it. And we're going to see. I said, one more time, you got to listen. This is how it goes. My sister is a slut. My mom is a hoe. Yeah, my mom is a hoe. Yeah, and my brother is crazy. Yeah, crazy. My brother is crazy. And my dad, is so sick. But we always know, and we always knew that Daddy was a fag. Daddy's just a fag. Daddy was a fag. And now you just know nothing about me. But I retarded. That song's called Stand Up Comedian. And it wasn't even like a song. It's just, could I be a stand-up comedian? Not with that voice. No! The only thing I would be standing up. Standing up. Where would I stand up? I wouldn't be a stand-up comedian. Because half the time I can't even stand up. I'm so drunk and fucked up. On this music and life, though, you all know that. I seriously. I've been clean and sober for this week 3 years. And that's true. Good night from the comedian. Good night, folks. That's all right. That's all, folks. Have a good night. And that one was called Last One. Good night.